we saw looping statements in which we saw while loop, do while loop, for loop, and then we saw what are members of class like variables, methods, blocks, constructors, and out of that we saw what is constructor, why we use constructor, how we use constructor. We saw constructor overloading, and after that we saw what is variable, instance variable, static variable, what is difference between them. Now we will see next members of class, that is one is block and another is method. We already saw two members, variable and constructor. Now we see method and block.
Yes.
Let me share my screen. Okay. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
So before this, can you tell me anything about constructor? Whatever you know.
Constructor, we use that for the initialization to for the objects.
Right. For initialization of variables or objects to assign different set of values to same variables, we use constructor. And what is difference between constructor and method? Okay, we not saw method, it's okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about constructor? Any one point?
Constructor is similar to a method, however it is not method. Methods have return type, but constructor does not have the return type. Method, for the constructor we use the class name, but for the method we do not use the class name.
Right.
There can be multiple type of constructor, parameterized constructor as well as default constructor. If we do not initialize on our own, if we do not declare, then JVM will provide on our behalf a default constructor.
Correct. Good. Yeah. Okay. This is about constructor. Then we saw instance variable, static variable. Do you remember what is difference between these two?
Instance variable is for the whole class, and local variables that inside the method.
And what about static variables?
Static variables, that is taking place in the class memory area, which can be accessed without creation of the object. It can be accessed using the class name directly.
Right.
Or if it is in the same class, then we can just call it by its name.
Right. Means we can call static variables directly with class name without creating object, but for to access variables, we have to create an object. Okay. And also we saw static variables are stored into centralized memory area, and instance variables are stored into heap type of memory area. And again, we saw a difference. Static variables. Can you tell me what is next difference? Static variable will have single copy storage, and instance variable will have multiple copy storage.
Multiple copy storage, yes.
Okay, let us go ahead. Now we see block. When we write a curly brace, after that we write a starting curly brace, we write some statements. Then after that we close curly brace. Then this is called a block. When we write a class in Java and we write some statements directly into that, it is not allowed, as you know. Either we have to write it in method or block or in constructor. So if I don't want to use method or constructor, I will go for block. I simply write curly brace. I will write some statements. Then I will close curly brace. That is called instance block. We'll see example how block is very practical. This is our project hosting Java. In this SRC is a folder. In this one package, we have basic programs. Right click on that, go to new, take a class, block demo. Block demo. Mark this public
Oh.
static void main, click finish.
Ako kuna kisa ka.
This is called instance block. In this, you can write any number of statements. This is instance block. I cannot write statements in this class directly like this. Okay, it will show me error. I write like this statement. Now we can see it is showing error because in class we cannot write logical statements directly into the class. So I use here instance block. There is one more type of this block, that is static block. Instance block, we do not provide static keyword before this, and for static block we provide static keyword before this starting curly brace. Difference between these two is, first static block will be executed, then instance block will be executed. This is first difference. Second difference is, this static block will be executed only once at the time of first object creation. It means when I create object of this class, let's say this is an object called b1 equal to, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Block method demo. This is object creation.
Mahesh,
Yeah, yes.
one small request. Can you please change the project name? Instead of my name Java, can you just say Code Java or something?
Okay, no problem. To rename this, right click on that project and go to refactor, click on rename. Batch. Or you can say batch.
No, don't say New Jersey, just say
Okay,
yeah.
batch 36 Java. This
Yes,
will
that is
be project name. Click OK. Now our project will be renamed. This is how we can rename our project. Then we created object. We don't call these blocks, okay, instance block or static block. When we create object, these are automatically called, and this is called a implicit call. When object is created, at first object creation, That time only static block will be executed, but instance block will be executed at every object creation. This is the second difference between these two. Also, third difference is static blocks are more faster than instance block. Now we will run this. You can see first this will be printed, then this will be printed. Then after that, again instance block, this will be printed. Means what happens when object is created, that time static block is executed because this is the first object creation. Then instance block is executed. Then at the second object creation, static block will not be executed. It execute at first object creation only. So for second object creation, static block will not be executed. Only instance block will be executed. So answer will be static block, then instance block, then instance block. Let's run this and check. I click on this run. Let us see in console. Static block, then instance block, then instance block. Any doubt in this?
Mm, So why instance twice?
Because it executes at every object creation, but static execute only at first object creation.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Next, we will see method. What is method? When we give some name to block, okay, and we write some code into that, such a type of set of statements having some particular name is called a method. Also, we can call it as a routine. It has some return type, means when this set of statements having a particular name, for that, when this is executed, it can return some value, particular value, that is called return type. Also, it can have parameters or arguments. Method is a routine which is written to perform some operation. Two types of methods: instance method, static method. Its syntax is, first we write access modifier. This we will learn in encapsulation topic. This can be private or public or protected or default. Then we write return type, what value, which type of value this method is going to return. Then we give method name and then list of parameters or one parameter. This is syntax. Difference between instance and static methods. Instance methods are written without static keyword. Static methods are written with static keyword. This is first difference. Second difference is the same, like static variables and instance variables. Static methods can be directly called by class name without creating object of class. Instance method cannot be called by directly class name. We must create object of class to access instance methods. This is another difference. This is an example. Suppose there is a requirement. I do some operations. Okay, I do some work, and every time I have to calculate square root of a particular number. Then every time I will not write a code for square root or to find square root of a number. I will write once the logic to find a square root of a particular number, and I will execute that same code again and again whenever I need. So this is a advantage of method. We can avoid code repeatability, we can achieve code reusability, we can achieve speed, right? We can utilize memory efficiently. No need to we use memory efficiently, no memory wastage will be there, no repeated code. These are advantages of methods. It's like a function in C language. In C language, we call it as a function. In Java language, we call it as a method. Here you can see example. This is an access modifier, means scope of this method. You will understand more about this in encapsulation topic. This is return type of this method. Which type of value going to return, that type we give here. That is, this method is going to return integer type of value. So we are written here int. In bracket, we are passing parameter n. This is also called as argument, or we can call it as a parameter. Then we write statements in this curly braces. So this is a scope for this method, from starting curly brace to ending curly brace. Let us see one program to understand this method. I take one method addition. This is called a method definition. And all that, we create an object of class. After creating object of class, we write an object name dot method name addition, and we pass values 20 and 50. Let me comment this because we are not using this. You can observe one thing: if we don't use a particular variable or object, it highlight it with yellow mark. We can see here this one is not used. For now, we make it a comment, and with the help of this v1 object, I call addition method and pass two values 20, 30. This is called method call. First of all, what happens when we run the program? Main method will be called, object will be created. This object called is addition method, and along with 20 and 30, it send 20 and 30 value to this method definition. 20 will be stored into this A, 30 will be stored into this, 30 will be stored into this B. A plus B, whatever it is, will go into C. Now C will have a final answer, that is 50. 50 will be returned. Then what happens? This, whatever value returned by this method definition, that will be replaced here. That will be replaced here. Just a second.